It's about almost 6:30 here in Alabama, and I'm glad to be with you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sal, and I do appreciate you tuning in. I have several people that are that did like me here and favor and subscribe to the broadcast, which is great. For those of you on Facebook and on YouTube, I will be doing another broadcast. The full broadcast, I've kind of considered this my half a broadcast, so to speak, because I can't really use all the graphics and things that I have. And excuse me, I'm missing something here. There we go. Got to have the signature sunglasses. Okay, but I'll be going on. I'll be doing another live broadcast on YouTube, Facebook very shortly. As I said, I do this as the as a light version of the broadcast of The Truth Must Be Told, because we have I do a lot of graphics and music in the background and stuff like that, which I can't seem to incorporate into Haps as yet. Hopefully, they'll be allowing to get a feed in there where I'll be able to broadcast in from my OBS software and be able to put up graphics and things for you. So hopefully the show will get a little bit better. So I hope you guys are doing well on this Wednesday. It's Hump Day. It's for those of you who work all week. Hump Day is the middle of the week. We're on the downhill slide to the weekend, which is great. I am looking forward to the weekend as well. Weather is supposed to be a little nicer down here. It's been cold. And I haven't been on because I have had a bad head cold, and we are. I'm just at the tail end of it, but I feel I needed to get on. And when you stay away from the microphone too long, you kind of miss it. So, but this is going out through Facebook and, as I said, Facebook and YouTube. And for those of you again on Facebook, I'll be doing the full blown show. So this is The Truth Must Be Told Light. Here on the broadcast. For those of you who want to tune into the full program, I put it into the comments. It's the facebook.com/The Truth Must Be Told 93. So please feel free to tune in. I'm trying to give people a few minutes before I get on to what I want to talk about tonight. Excuse me while I grab a little good Southern iced tea here that I make. Got to have iced tea down here in the South. Now, I don't have a Southern accent. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it don't. Reason it don't most of the time is because I was born and raised in New York. Might as well give you a little background about myself. I was born and raised in Jamaica, Queens, New York. At the time, it was very, very home for me, very homebody type of thing, family. There were no supermarkets, if you can imagine that. So you kids out there who have not experienced supermarkets, there were none. We had, oh, goodness gracious, we had, what did we have? We had all local stores. Local stores. We, oh, yeah. They were all local shops. And when you wanted to go to, you wanted milk, you went to the dairy guy. There was a grocery store that kind of did, had all your basic needs, your pastas and your things like that. And then we had the meat market. You went to the butcher to go get your food from there. Then you would also go to the fish market if you wanted fish. You went to the bakery for your bread. Your fresh bread and rolls, and it was amazing. I just wanted to. Every time I think about the old city, I just think about the coffee and donuts, coffee and buttered hard rolls. Dad would go every Saturday. I would go with my dad Saturday mornings. We lived on 108th off of Jamaica Avenue, and the store was at 146th Street and Sufton Boulevard in Jamaica. And between those two, we had to either walk the 3 miles, 3 miles, whatever it was, or take the bus. And I always used to like to take the bus because I loved to sit behind the bus driver and watch all the stuff going on. And maybe that's where my love of driving came from, was watching that. But we we would stop maybe about a block from the store, get off at a stop before the store, and we'd go to this deli that was there, and they sold this most delicious coffee. And I would get a coffee at my young age, get a coffee light and sweet, and get the buttered hard roll, and they put that salted butter on there, and they'd layer it on, and that hard roll was so good, and they'd cut it in half. And I'd get back to the store, and my dad would get the newspaper, he'd drink his coffee and eat his hard roll. When we go to my grandfather's store, that's where we worked on Saturdays, and we'd open that paper up, and he'd read the daily news, and I would turn on the TV and watch the cartoons and dunk that delicious buttered hard roll into that delicious coffee and just swamp that down. Oh, it was so good. But anyway, when I was about 12, 11, 12 years old, we decided to move to Connecticut. And that's what took me up north, further north and away from my friends and what I knew. And I spent my formative years in Connecticut, became a volunteer fireman, and did a bunch of stuff like that. So that was kind of fun. And then married my first wife, and we went on. And I've lived in Rhode Island, where I went to Bible college. I was in Wyoming, where I finished my ministerial degree. Got my certificate, my papers with the Assemblies of God. Really good. I really am excited about that. And but as I came back to Connecticut, there was really no place, and I kind of let my license lapse because I couldn't really minister in Connecticut. And but that's another story, very long-winded story I don't want to get into. But through the years, I've taught multiple Bible classes. I've taught the Bible. I've ran VBSs. I've done magic illusions, Christian illusionist, where I would make things appear and disappear. And I would use that to present the gospel in a very unusual way. And it was very well taken out west, but when I came out to Connecticut, it wasn't taken very well. A lot of people thought I was demonic and things like that. So, so but that's another story. And hi, Lana. I see you're in here. Appreciate you coming in. I'm going to have the regular full-blown broadcast in a little while. This is what I call the Truth Must Be Told Light. I have it coming into Facebook just so I get a little more exposure. And but anyway, by and by through the years, things happened. I wound up getting a divorce and getting remarried and so on and so on. And now we're down here in Alabama, and I absolutely love it down here. It's been a little bit cold. And I've got myself a little head cold, which you hear is settled into my throat. Please excuse me here. That's good. That good old Southern iced tea. And so that's why I don't have a Southern accent. Now, it may start showing up eventually. I mean, I catch myself from time to time saying yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and excuse me, sir, and things like that. But and for the most part, I'm still a New Yorker. I haven't really lost all of that, and I just but I'm excited. So anyway, I would invite you to tune in. I'm going to continue to do haps here and let that broadcast out to Facebook, but I'm also going to be on Facebook so I can do the full-blown show. There's many things happening in the world today on this hump day, and apparently I have to be careful of what I say. I was just bumped off of YouTube, one of my broadcasts, the last one, episode 20. Do you believe this is episode 21? I'm just really excited. We're really getting there. So we're preparing for what the Lord has for us here. And but I do some broadcasts. Go check out my page on Facebook. If you'd like, you can look me up, Sal Passos, on YouTube. And you can look at my videos there. I have a few. I did a Pearl Harbor show. I did a show on monoliths. I did a Christmas program. I did a New Year's Eve program. I did a show recently on Christian persecution. And so that's rather exciting. I'm kind of glad that I'm getting there. We're getting out there. We're getting exposed. And for those of you who didn't see it, I was also interviewed on a radio program. I didn't get a chance to hear it, rather, and that would have been, hold on one second. It's impactusa.com. And you can look back. I was on there Friday the 8th. I was on that broadcast. So if you want to look back at that and listen to that whole broadcast, and Dr. Paul's a great guy. Really appreciate everything about him. It was a nice interview and a nice broadcast. And he's going to have me back because we have a lot of things in common, Star Trek and old movies and things like that. So, tune in. You never know what you might find. You never know what we might talk about. We might be talking about conspiracies, UFOs. Who knows? It's going to be something, but I will always try to look at it from a biblical point of view. Like, what does the Bible say about UFOs? What does the Bible say about conspiracies? What should we do? And I try to keep things into the as much as contemporary as I can. But upcoming shows will include shows on music and worship, contemporary worship in the church. I'm going to do a show on addiction. That's coming up soon. I'm going to try to get some guest speakers on that to give their testimony and what God has done for them on the addiction side. And I haven't set that all up yet, but I'm working on it. I now have the ability to run my phone through the system, which again, Haps is not going to let me do. So when that comes, I will do a promotion about it here on Haps and have you people tune in to the other side. So I'm hoping that the double exposure will get me a few more viewers. But all said and done, we're doing well. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world today, a lot of confusion. There's a lot of people very, very frightened. I know I'm one of them. I do have a little bit of fear of what's going on. But I do know that the Lord is in charge and that when God is in control, it's okay. Everything is going to be all right. He tells us not to be afraid. Doubts are okay. Doubts are normal, but don't fear. Okay. He tells us not to be afraid. And I'm not, I guess I shouldn't say I'm afraid. I'm a little concerned. And I think when we get to that point where we're concerned as to what's happening, I think we need to stop, slow down, and let God take care of it and do what he's got to do. So we'll just leave that in God's hands. So in the meantime, I'm going to go and I'm going to set up for my other show. I'm going to be doing the full-blown show on Facebook. So please tune in. It's the facebook.com, The Truth Must Be Told 93. You could join me in there. Also, we will be taking the audio and putting that out on podcast.com, I believe, is going to have it. And there's a couple other places where the program will be shared. Also, it will be this video, link to this video will be on The Truth Must Be Told. And that's also, come on, computer is very, very slow right now, probably because I don't have a really great link here. The Truth Must Be Told. We will be putting out it on. Oh, yes, my webpage. How can I forget? I got a new webpage, which normally would be scrolling on the bottom here. I usually have a ticker that goes along on the bottom and says stuff. So it'll tell you. I now have a website. It's thetruthmustbetold.org. Thetruthmustbetold.org. And there's a blog there. I will be blogging and be posting the videos. And it's just it's good. It's growing. And we're glad it is. So before my voice totally goes, I'm going to leave and I'll be back on my Facebook page doing a full-blown show. But thank you so much for being here, for checking out. And be sure to tune in to thetruthmustbetold.org and check me on Facebook at facebook.com, The Truth Must Be Told 93. Or you can check me out on YouTube, though I don't know how much longer I'm going to be there. Oh, I am on Rumble. Now, for those of you who don't have Rumble, I would suggest you download it. It is a website that's much like much like YouTube. In fact, it's going to be taking YouTube, but it's taking over for YouTube, I think, because you're this is just getting out of hand with YouTube and this and the what do you call it, the censoring. So that's all going to be that's all got to change. And but I'm so glad that you were here, and that you tuned into the broadcast. I'm having all kinds of trouble here with the computer. I am on trying to get my YouTube rumble.com. I think it's rumble.com. Let me see here. I'm going to my homepage. What the heck is it? My feed. Come on. Yeah, I think it's rumble.com slash Sal Passos, SAL capital PASSOS, and that'll bring you to my videos as well that I put on Rumble. So I will be taking care of that as well as we go into the day. So forgive my voice. Thank you so much for being here, and God bless you. We hope to see you soon on The Truth Must Be Told. Take care.